My name is Deon Pienaar. I'm a director of the St. Francis Property Owners NPC, and I also serve on the technical committee, and my responsibility is the long-term beach protection project. The long-term coastal protection infrastructure will comprise beach nourishment and building groins. Beach nourishment is the placement of approximately 1 million cubic meters of sand along the full length of the beach, from main beach up to the Kromme river mouth. That will create a beach approximately 40 meters wide and approximately 1 meter higher than the existing beach level. And that provides the protection for the properties and backshore infrastructure, because the beach dissipates the energy of the waves. The groins are rock structures that are built into the sea, in our case approximately 170 meters long. And the purpose of the groins is to retain and intercept and retain the sand that is moving past the beach or along the beach. It is common knowledge that we have a northward drift of sand, and the groins will intercept the movement of the sand that is being washed northwards. We will source the sand for the nourishment from the Kromme River estuary. The sand in the estuary has been tested, and it was found that the properties of the sand in the estuary is the same as the properties of the sand on the beach, which makes it a suitable source. Over time, the estuary has built up, a lot of sand has been built up within the estuary, which makes it difficult for boats to navigate along the estuary. And it also reduces the area available for water sports such as canoeing, swimming, windsurfing, kite surfing and the like. And taking sand from the estuary will make it easier to navigate along the estuary and make it safer for all the water users. We have decided to hold back on the submission of our environmental impact report at the beginning of this year. And the reason is twofold. Firstly, the DEAT asked the question, or their concern was, what would happen to the beaches north of our groins if they are built? And secondly, we also addressed concerns raised by the community during the previous public participation round, such as comments that we received from the surface regarding the angle of the groins, the positions of the groins and so forth. We decided to use updated surveys for this modelling that we asked our consultants, our coastal consultants at Vision to do to address the DEAT's concerns. And we have obtained surveys of the bay, of the estuary and of the beach, and we expect that Vision's report around about the end of October. We will use the month of November for CES, our environmental consultants, to evaluate the impacts of the new information and to incorporate it in their reports. The updated environmental reports will be taken through a new round of public participation, and we will then, or CES will then, incorporate any new comments from the public and they will incorporate that into the documentation and submit it to the DEAT hopefully early next year, and then we await approval. We cannot start immediately with construction. We need two things to start construction. Firstly, we need environmental approval, but secondly, we need sufficient funding to start construction. We've asked Vision to also update their costings, and that will be included in their report, which we will receive by the end of the month. But based on previous reports, we expect it to be in the order of about 100 million rand. The first phase is estimated, was estimated in the previous round about 35 million, and we will have an updated estimate by the end of this month. We have to date accumulated through SRA levies just over 10 million rand, so we've got a way to go. There are several sources of funding. Firstly, there's the SRA levy. Secondly, there are organisations like the Riparians and the Kromme Joint River Committee that committed to co-fund the project. The municipality has committed to contribute funding to the project. In fact, they have already contributed in constructing the emergency revetment. And then a number of private people have indicated that they would like to contribute. So early next year, we intend to go on a new donor funding drive, and there's always the probability that government will contribute. The municipality have made it very clear that they will assist us in obtaining funds for the project.